So Raza, what's going down, Brown? Tu sabes, you know how we get down. It is Wednesday the first. It's the first of the month, guys. Get your freaking welfare check, comitos. What's up, man? I got my ice water right here. What's up, man? Bump the rollers right now. Dispensa mensa. I was getting busy right now. I've been running around, trying to get ready and palm brush. All right. Okay, we're situated. All right, we're good. Vámonos. Baby. What's up, Raza? What's going down, Brown? Tu sabes, you know how we get down. What's cracking, lacking, dog? Welcome to the Rockin Chicano show where we talk about good, positive stuff. No comadrismo around here. None of that leva bull crap. Everybody's talking smack. We don't do that nonsense here, homie. Save that for the freaking levas, homie. You know? We all get along here. We all keep it firme. We all keep it live. We all keep it respectful. You want to cavilar, you want to go ahead and get your clown on, then handle commando. I'm here. I can clown back, homes. You know, you want to talk crap, homie, then inbox me, no hay pedo. We keep it firme, we keep it cordial, we keep it going, we keep it moving, homie. No te agüites, way, everything's going to be firme, homito. Other than that, enjoy the live. What's up, Raza? Who's tuning in, dog? What's up, Juanito? Thank you for tuning in. Marianne, gracias. Grazie. We're bumping a little bit of Tower of Power. Dispense, I'm a little late. I'm about 40 minutes late. I was out there, you know what I mean? Some crias out there. There was a fire, home tu sabes, dog, and I had to do what I had to do, dog, so I had to go save them, homie. Puro pedo, homie. Saludos, Anthony. Anthony Chuco, what's up? 5419. What's up, homie? We're right here. Posted up in my barrio, posted up in the barrio, just right here in the 160s. Kicking it live right here, just going firme, doing fitas right here, dog. Getting ready for the weekend to celebrate 4th of July, homie. Of course, somos americanos, somos chicanos, somos pochos. So I'm state raised, homie. So the government raised me, no hay pedo, but the guys was there, and unfortunately, the guys don't take you nowhere, homie, except for 6 feet under, homie, or behind the barra. Buenas tardes, Juanillo. What's up, big dog? DN, homie. Got the old school cheech mustache. Simon, carnalito, oncha la broncha, the folsom broncha, homes. Keep it old school, homie. Just let them know that it's all feed, man, homes. We've been around the block with 2 homes, a few CDC numbers, but we're all feeding it. We're all live. We're kicking it, homes, and never PC'd up. Dog. Always kept it feeding, always kept it cool, and kept on moving, dog. Ex-lifer, nah, but I did fight 3 life sentences, dog. Sacramento in the house. What's up, big Sacramento? Saludos to all my gente up north, dog. Much love and respects to all my people, homes. Lames, ¿qué dice? Orle, did you grow up watching, AAA? I don't get it, dog. But anyways, I really wouldn't watch TV, homie, because we didn't have TV, and if we did, it was a black and white, homie. Other than that, when we were in the system, we would try to catch a little bit of tubo, homies, but most of the time we couldn't. Los 315, God is good. ¿Qué onda, homie? Chicago, Illinois. What's up? And you, the guy from Lowrider Logo? No, Charlie, man. That guy's still alive. Believe it or not, he's still alive. He's still alive? No, he's not alive. You know, pero his gente still is. And unfortunately, they sold that magazine to the Gabachos. Bobby, what's up, homie? Westside Glendale. Much love to you, folks. Folks from Norwalk today said Parkside Click. That's right, homito. 213 Rifa. That's right. Saludos from 915 Robles. SGB 2626 checking in, homie. Indicted episode with you was very heartwarming and interesting. Saludos from Arvin Califas, Juanillo, Simon, dog. Gracias, homie. I try to keep it as clean as I could, homie. I couldn't give too much detail through social media, I don't get down like that. Was those stories real? Yes. Was there a lot more? Way more. But I don't explain those stories through social media, dog. Due to the fact that there's still people incarcerated, and some people have already passed, and I gotta respect their names, dog. You know what I mean? But I will speak on certain things that it did portray me, dog. It did get me involved. I could speak for my behalf. I can't speak for no organization, dog, because that's not right. Nevertheless, I still respect every organization out there, dog, because structure was key, Holmes. It did, whether or not it benefited you in the long run, it did, you know. But nevertheless, you still got to give them their thanks and their props for being and doing your time, whatever side you claim. That's firme, that's your prerogative, Holmes. And we're not here to bash anybody or bash any structure, organization, clica. We don't do that. I believe that you come to a point of realization that you mature in life and you step forward. You could still have the get up, the stilo, and everything, but the associations, you could easily cut it due to the fact that you're now a family man, a business owner. So does that mean you cut them completely? No, you can still say Cubo. You say, hey, what's up, but I'm very thankful for the gente that got there before me, my uncles and the homies and whatnot, because they were able to develop a program for us to try to have a easy way through the system. Though it wasn't easy, but still, nevertheless, you gotta thank them, and you go about your business, So there was a lot that I couldn't discuss. There was a lot I couldn't say, but I respect everybody. I don't care what side you from, homie. You put in your work. I respect that. Now, if and indeed you did go through the other side, you want to roll it up, drop out. Hey, that's your prerogative, homie. I don't hate you. That's all you. And I know I hear it all the time. Oh, well, you don't know what they did to me and this and that. Hey, there's no honesty amongst criminals, homie. You know what I mean? There's not, But nevertheless, you got to be loyal to yourself, If that's the life you chose, then you got to respect it. You go all the way and you te amaras un huevo. But if you didn't, that's fine. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody no more. I still got to respect you as a man out here, Just don't get caught up. Don't go back into that lifestyle. Don't go join a biker clica and think you're all chingon. Let that crap go, homie. Go enjoy your life. Enjoy your wife, your kids, you know what I mean? And go do what you need to do. I'm doing it, and I'm not there proving a freaking point that, oh, you this, you that. Nah, homie. You do your life, and I want you to enjoy it. You have that right to enjoy your life. We all live that hard, gacho, gang banging life, homes, and we gotta leave some things behind, and we grow in life, And if you did it, hey, I'm proud for you, homie. I don't hate you, homes, because of what you did in your past. That's fine. Now, if you have charges of niños and all that, then that's a different story. It's cuéntate, dog. I don't want to associate with them gente, homes. You know what I mean? But still, there was a lot I couldn't speak on, but the names and whatnot, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, I'm very proud of where you guys been and accomplished, because I get so many compliments of oh, thank you, Juanillo, for the gifts, homie. Thank you guys for the gifts. Double tap that screen, homie. Do me that bottom live and share it, dog. Share the live, homie. And I got a lot of compliments, Hey, Holmes, you let it know the way it was, old school, this and that. Yeah, it's old school. But it's also my past. I don't focus on my past. I focus on the future, homie, And living that lifestyle is got you. But at the same token, that's what I got caught up. That's what I would live. That's all I knew, And I lived it to the fullest that I could, And I did, and finally decided to just walk away, leave everything behind. And I graduated and let all that hold this mother and decided to change my life. I haven't committed a crime. I haven't got caught up in drogas and puentes and all the whole desmadre. I don't do that, homes. I can't, homes. I'm too old for that. I'm too old to go back to the system. But it doesn't it doesn't matter. I still, likewise with you guys. I'm very proud of you guys. And I've got a lot of compliments from a lot of gente, and I thank you guys. Um, did I have to dig back? Yeah, I had to dig back of all the things that I've been through, and there was more, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak on the the one the muerte on my son. You know what I mean? I didn't speak on a lot of things. I didn't get into details. I just decided not to. But I gave it the best that I could. But we concentrate on the future, homie. We don't look at the past like that. The past is the past. That's why it's behind us. We don't look back and we don't say, "Oh, thank you for joining my club, you guys. Thank you, Danny." We don't look back and say, "Hey, you know what? This is me, and this is Vato this is Vato that." I don't claim a Vato like that. I don't. I claim the raza, and that's me, and I love it because at the end of the day, we're all Chicanos. You know what I mean? Brown and proud, homie, and we must stick together. System is so corrupt, homes, it has us turning against each other, homes, and that's something that we need to understand. Not only that, another generation coming up is nowhere near what we did or how we look. This Edgar generation is freaking ridiculous, homie. I don't know, I don't get it, I don't know where we went wrong. They don't have no class, no estilo, no irony, no looking fritas, homie, no looking all chingon, none of that, dog. But to each his own. But thank you guys for the compliment, and I thank you guys. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for give yourself a pat on the back for surviving all that mayhem, all of this madre. The other day, I was going through the one ways. I still live here in the water, and I thought my life was trip out on this, homie. I thought I was really like out there, which I was. But one day I had two homeboys, two little homeboys, and I'm not gonna mention their names. I had two little homeboys, and I was about 14. One of them was 13, and the other one was 12. And I was 14. I was the oldest, and it was about 3 in the morning, and we just lived the life like that, and uh, it was about 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I'm walking out of Mollet Street and coming out of the homegirl's house, and I was drunk and yes got out. And I was a kid. And as I turned the corner, we only have one alley right there by the one ways, a little small one. And I see two heads coming out of the side, and they just had smoke of frio. And one of them was 12 and one of them was 13. And they see me walking, and I could see the silhouette that I kind of resemble who I knew. "Oh, hey, what's up, homie?" And I called out their names. And they looked at me, and they were frioed out. And they were singing "The World is a Ghetto" by War. And as I seen them, I was like, damn, these kids are younger than me, and I'm young, and they're hugging each other, they're holding each other up because they were frioed out, and they're like, "What's up, Lazy?" That's what they used to call me. "What's up, Lazy? Come on, homie, let's go back to the pad." And I had just came from the canton. I said, "Nah, homie, I'm gonna head up back this way, and you guys be careful, homie, and they were both holding each other, singing that song, and I just kept on looking at them, and they walked away holding each other. "The world is a ghetto," and as they kept on walking, and I thought my life was gone. My life was destruction, but their life was even more, and they were younger than me, and I went back. They went back to La Cantona. As time went by, one of the individuals, the youngest one, ended up in hospitals, ended up in rehabs, ended up everywhere, and just tumbled down like a weed, homie, in the wind and system to system, and he was institutionalized. He had been incarcerated since he was 8 years old, homie, trying to do a filerazo into the teacher, you know what I mean? And that's the life that we lived, or whatever became of that youngest one. Well, I believe he's somewhere in the hospital, mental hospital, The last I heard, never had a life, never had, a chance, an opportunity of life. I remember one day he goes, I caught him in the street and he was kind of like little tirado, and what's up, hey, lazy, come here, homie. And I turned around in the bike, and I was 14. Like, hey, nobody's at what's his name, Scantona. Hey, can you do me a favor? Like, yeah, what's up, fool? What do you need? He goes, hey, I hate to ask you, homie. I go, well, I got a couple bucks on me. Nah. The door is open. I stay there in the garage. He was 12. He goes, can you do me some Kool-Aid? I said, huh? You know how to make Kool-Aid? Like, yeah. And he's all like, can you make me some Kool-Aid, homie? And I remember that we went inside the Cantona, and I was able to make the Kool-Aid for him. And he sat in that chair like if he was a little kid, which he was, And he was drinking it, and I drank a little, and that was it. I remember him rocking his feet, being happy, a joy, you know. But unfortunate, that wasn't the case. The case was big. He ended up doing a gang of time, in and out, and unfortunately, I believe he's somewhere in the system of hospital. You know what I mean? But that's the life we live. As I was going through that street, I explained that to my son. Said we didn't have a chance. It was very hard for us, but. Nevertheless, those that made it out, be thankful and be grateful, and that you didn't end up like that or 6 feet under, And I'm very thankful that I get to explain these stories to my son and my other son so they won't live that life, and I'll cut all the curses. I cut the chains. They ain't got to live that fast street life for me. Just like my mom, just like me, just like my grandma, my uncles, and we work, we hustle, go to the gym, we take them to the gym, and we own the business. You know what I mean? I don't do drogas. I don't teach them how to do drugs. I've taught them in front of the gente what that is, what is this, what is that. I've showed them everything, so the streets won't take them. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you for joining my club. Thank you guys. Double tap that screen, homie, and I thank you guys for tuning in, man. But but gracias, you guys. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for surviving, homie. We all survived. What do you think about the 14th? I can't speak politics here, Dodger, because they shut it down, dog. I could get all political into it, dog, and what the government is and that, but they shut it down, dog. You know what I mean? And if anything, when you see me, ask me those questions, and I'll answer them, But TikTok be tripping on me. They shut it down fast, dog. So dispensa if I can't answer that question, homie, But Hugo San Diego in the house. Vanessa, what's up, man? Hey, thank you guys for tuning in, man. And it's Wednesday, right?
Wednesday the 1st.
Wednesday. Thank you guys. But is that story crazy?
It's
Can you make
like,
me some Kool-Aid?
yeah, sad, huh? Because it's still like He was a child.
He was still a child, you know, and he had been doing time since he was 8 years old. And then you would go to juvenile hall. He would go to juvenile hall. I remember I would go to juvenile hall because we were all young, and he'll be in the swinging, because on their side they had swings.
Well, they were kids,
They were
huh?
still kids, you know. Love the hat. Gracias, gracias. It goes with my green, my pen, with the Lisa. I can't say that name because they'd be tripping. Uh,
We have respect, OG.
we have respect your OG Simon, dog. Gracias. I appreciate it, dog. And there's a lot of you guys out there, you know, that live that life, you know, and nothing comparing to what it is now, you know. I believe back then it was faster and gung ho, and you know there was no cell phones, there was none of that, dog. So you had to go get everything yourself, you know. You had to go hustle it, you had to go do holidays, and you could get away with a lot of it because there was no phones, dog, you know. But the life we lived was very hard and very fast. But I'm very proud of you guys, you know. And when I say I'm proud of you guys, I truly mean it, you know. A lot of you guys shouldn't even be on here. A lot of you guys shouldn't be 6 feet or under or in the system, you know, caught up, all freaking gone, like my homeboy in the hospitals, dog, you know what I mean? Or like my brother gone barefooted, pooping on himself, peeing on himself, and talking nonsense. Yeah, that's how my carnal is, you know what I mean? That's how he is, all long hair, all shot out, and, you know, and all the drogas that we did, and, you know, and just unfortunate, but look at where we're at now, homies. You get to wake up in a warm blanket, a warm bed, homie, and the sun shines for everybody, dog, you know? Be thankful for that. Like the topic, Smokey, gracias,
He said
homie.
he joined it. Thank you.
Oh, gracias, homie. Louis, what's up, homie? Burke checking in, homie. Kelly's, what about the finest Ohio have last night? That's right, gracias. Thank you, guys. Was that a crazy story about my homeboy?
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's like sad because I
Yeah.
mean he's not even in middle school. He wasn't even in middle school. He was a
Am I
child.
wearing a disguise? No, I'm cholo. I'm Chicano, homie. Uh, this is the way we dress, homie. You know, I don't need to sit there and fake it, homie. If you guys seen Indicted TV, that was me when I was about 13 years old with my tando, and you know, and that was me. You know, trying to reconnect with people. Okay, Facebook is having a hard time. Let's redo the Facebook. But no, this is the way I always dress. And if you guys follow me on the other one, on the other social media, I'm all G'd up, homie. Uh, Pinta style, homie. You know. Let me see.
Bucky said I met you one time at the San Fernando Car Show a while back. What's up, Bucky?
Oh, what's up, Bucky? That's right. What does it say? No more pain in my heart. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, homie. No more. But is this a disguise? No, homie. When I go out, do I dress like this when I go out?
Mhm.
When we go out somewhere,
Always.
do I be all G'd up?
Yep.
Stacey Adams, I'd be more G'd up than this,
Yeah,
huh?
that's big
I'd be
time.
more G'd up than this, homie. So that's the way I go out, and I dress up like that. I gotta look all firme. Somos Chicanos, cultura cholo, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep it like that, you know. So no disguise. I ain't gotta be like those TikTokers or whatever. They put the mask on and all that, and talk all that nonsense, and go live way out there in the boonies. And nah, homie. You know, I still live in the hood. I still live in Nevada, so there's no disguise. Where am I gonna run, homie? My homeboys would catch me and freaking put a calentada food, you know? God is king. Yes, he is. Closest to America I've been seen. That's right. Shout outs from Santa Maria. What's up, homie? Shout outs from Chicago. What's up, homie? Cuba, homie, program time. Nah, I don't. I do rutina, but I don't do program. You know what I mean? I do pesas. I hit the weights now. You know what I mean? Sending love and respect from Stockton, Califas. What's up, Stockton? Chris, what's cracking, lacking, dog? Uh, what about to say when the house fell on him? Holmes. Karen said hi. American Me, homie. No, that's all Hollywood. So please get that out your minds. American Me and Blood In, Blood Out and Vatos Forever. That's all Hollywood, dog. Don't let it get it twisted, homie. That's Hollywood, dog, okay? All them Vatos weren't even really gang members, homie. So get it out your mind. That's not the way it went down, homes. And they it's owned by Hollywood, homes. It's literally owned by Hollywood, and that's all Hollywood, dog. That's all them. And nah, you want barrio, you go to a barrio, go to an OG, and let him, you know what I mean, break things down to you if he wants to. You know what I mean? So other than that, I started dressing like a cholo, kept a bald head though. That's right, pelon, homie. As long as you don't be a freaking Lupio Rivera, homie. Born and raised in Long Beach, but bumping all that paisa music, chalecos, homie. You're fired, homie. Shout outs from South Central. How to survive in South Central. My in-laws live in South Central. God, oh my God. Oh man. No parking, homie. No parking, dog. Oh man. You got that slang about those Simon. Simon que si, homie. Speak Alo, of course. I try to, you know what I mean? Try to throw the torica as much as I can, carnalito de la slide. We're right here just chopping it up, homie. uh, it says no more locked doors. What's up, homie? All right, all right. Who else is in here from Albuquerque, New Mexico? Patty Sanchez. No, homie. Puro Norte, Patty Sanchez. Put that on TikTok. Crazy high enough, but she let it be known, homie. You know, at least she had the cajones to throw her freaking placazo. I gotta give her that, homie. You know, how much career she gained? She's probably getting a lot, homie. She probably had to discontinue her social media if she had one, because she didn't even know how to pronounce it, homie. You know, but salute. But she had huevos, homie. I gotta give it to her, dog. She threw her placazo. You know, that's her, homie. I mean, yeah. You have to look, man. There's a lot of times that us as raza, we come in conflict with the paisas, dog. Us Chicanos, where she might have been fourth, fifth, maybe she's never even been to Mexico, where her whole familia has been here in Califas when it was Mexico. So a lot of times the guerra between the paisas and the Chicanos, it does build up, homie, you know, and they have a different style, they have a different scene, they have a different character to themselves, you know what I mean? All in all, we still cafés, we still, you know what I mean, we still raza, but we look at things different just like they do, and when we go down there, we're not accepted, dog, you know what I mean? They call us pochos, güeros, americanos, you know what I mean? But that's fine. I don't give an F, homie. You know what I mean? Call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner for those enchiladas, homie, or those chilaquiles, homie, you know? But a lot of times they don't see eye to eye with us, you know? And we were raised different, homie, you know? And there could be some conflict, you know what I mean? They can be, you know? A lot of them don't have the street code, you know? If they do have the street code, of course, they gotta be probably from DF, from Tijuana, from Cachanilla, whatever. Those dudes are crazy. They're all street, homie, you know? And I give them props. That's why I like those fools from the calles, dog, in Mexico, because they're more to our estilo. They'll jump, homie, you know? And they don't wear cowboy boots, and you know what I mean, a lot of them don't wear cowboy boots like that, and they're down with the program of rayetas or pegadas, whatever the case might be, you know. And it's the truth, dog. You know what I mean? Good evening, brother. Where's Jimbo? I don't know, dog. I hope he's tuning in, homie, because he's probably gonna call yellow on me. Kylie, wait. I'll give you my directa. Send the yellow out here, but make sure you're on there, homie, so I know who you are and flip you off, homie. Not put up pedo. But a lot of times it comes into conflict with the raza, with the paisas, homie. You know, we all gotta live in this community. We all gotta live here, dog. And they're still your gente. When you get torcido, you gotta back them up. You know, and that's for us. You know, and we always been like that. I always back them up, even out here in the calles. But cuando se salen de lista, then F you, homie. You know what I mean? There's some things that I can't speak behind what takes place behind the bars, homie, behind the walls. that I've seen, and that's why I give credit to the vatos from the DF, Mexicali, Tijuana, all those cities that are freaking crazy fools. Those fools are riders, homie. They're les vale madre, and I salute those fools, because they're just like us, gung ho, vida loca, see in the afterlife, you know what I mean? Vámonos recio, you know. But not the saying that the rancheritos or the chulos don't do that. They do, but their estilo's different, homie. It's just different. But a lot of times we get into clash because their estilo's different from us. But we have to understand that they're still our gente, you know what I mean? And um, llamándoles mojados is not the right word to say, you know what I mean? Pero uh, they might have been here forever, dog. She sounds like her family's been here forever, homie, you know what I mean? Before they even made the border, homie. Have I met gente like that? Yeah, I have. Thank you for joining my club. Thank you guys for the gift. Uh, have I met gente that they're fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12, 13th generation here in Califas? Yes, I have. They've never been to Mexico. It crossed them, homie. The border across them, homie. And they've they just adapted to the Americano, homie. And we gotta take pride into being Americanos, homie. You have to. El perro, what's up, homie? Jesse, what's up, Jesse? I have familia de Brole, that's right, Jesse. What's up? Hey, you guys, dispensa and social media on this side, because I have 3 phones and 2 laptops, homie, jumping off. Um, and I had to turn it off to turn it back on. Oh, thank you for the heart, man. Thank you, crazy girl. Gracias, man. I'm Mexicano from Indio Califas. That's right, homie. That's right. There was some Indios there. Speaking of Indios, there was some Indios. Little man is from right there, right? His tribe is from right there.
Oh yeah.
Quinto 51 respects. Hey, gracias, you guys. Double tap that screen, homie, and share it to your jaina, your vato, your chirujo, your chiruja, homie. You know what I mean? Your marimacha, no hay pedo, homie. Your perrito, your road dog, homie. Your ex jaina, your sancha, whoever, dog. You know what I mean? If they have good tórica, they like listening to good stuff, homie. Cáele, homie. Déjate caer la greña, dog. No hay pedo, homies. This channel is good. It's not about gossip. It's not out there talking masa. We're OG. We're old school. We handle business. Call me out or whatever. Let's handle commando, dog. I don't even trip, homie. You know what I mean? I'm a feed me freaking vato, dog. We don't repost videos and we talk nonsense and try to get that content and be known yourself as a level where you run your mouth but you can't run your freaking fist. We don't do that this madre here, homie. We keep it feeding them, so share it out there to one of your homitos, your homegirls, you know what I mean, your crimey or whoever. If he's torcido, hey, well, check out this vato cabrón, homie, talking all felony out here, homie. But much love and respects to you guys. Any advice for an 18-year-old like myself? Miguel? Well, Miguel, you're 18, homie. Your life is starting right now, dog. 18, I was already hitting the prison, homie. So you have an advance in life, homes. If it was hard for you, feed me, dog. Don't even trip on it, dog. It was hard for you, so you could have a good middle landing, dog. What do you mean landing? Yes, Simon. It's like an airplane, carnalito. Taking off is turbulence and taking off is the hold this mother. But when it's already out in the air, you're doing feedment, dog. When you're landing homes at your 30s, you have your cantona, your business, and everything, dog. Stay away from this mother. Stay away from all the hyenas that you don't need in your life, homie. Try to pick a right hyena for your life, homes. Before you promise her the moon and the stars and the world, make sure you try to own them or at least have owning a star or whatever, not whatnot. Because in the mission, in the walk, in the hale, you're gonna find yourself between a rock and a hard place. What do I mean about that, dog? Is that if you can come through with the promises, homie, your relationship will be very hard. She has to accept everything that you're doing, and you have to accept everything about her, homie. Come to an agreement so it could have an easy walk, homie. If you fall in love, homes, make sure she's the right one. Make sure you guys come into agreement. You have their kids, homie. Make sure she's the one dog where you don't have to have no child support. Let's say if she turns around and all the hate, all this, all that, homes, nah, homie. Start off young. If you can start off young and start the familia and you're high up, we'll do it right, homie. No half stepping, dog. So you could look back in 50 years of anniversary. You could look back in the flicas and learn out of people's mistakes, not yours, homie. But life is quick, not. Next thing you know, you'll be 50 years old, homie. I can still remember when I was 18. I swear I thought I would never make it till I was 21. That's what I always think, homie. That's what I always thought, you know? And look at me now, I'm in my 50s, homie, and by the grace of God, I made it. Did I make mistakes? Of course I have, and I man up to it, But uh, by the mistakes that we have done, by the mistakes that we have created, we were able to learn and give advice to other individuals, and you learn from it too at the same time. You know, you're able to uh, you're, you're able to we hear the door, everybody's on it. My son's on it, everybody's on it. You know what I mean? We're here in the body, homie. You know what I mean? We're always on watch, homie. The delivery guy. But
the kids came out like
I know when the kids came out, bandana, what's up? Which is true. We right here in the body, homie. There in each block, there's what, like 20 houses on each block, on each side.
Yeah, about 20.
And out of the 40 houses, there's only 2 houses without fences, homie. The rest is locked down, and we like keeping it like that, homie. You just never know. But you could look back, homie, and 50 years from now, I said, "Damn, I made it, homies." And I want you to be successful. And remember that, homies. Life is short, homie. Life is short. Don't get caught up in no drama. Don't get caught up in no madness, homie. Stay away from crime, dog. Crime doesn't pay, homies. Even if it's a big old heist and you got to do 10, 15 years for a million more, like, nah, don't do that, dog. Uh, Nothing could replace your time, dog. Uh, we live in the time. And God lives in the eternal, dog. And that's where we're heading, dog. And every minute that goes by, every hour that goes by, homes, we will never get it back. We will see it at the day of judgment, dog. So make wise decision. Stay away from freaking chavalas, dog. Lame, stay away from all them fools, dog. You don't need them mountains to go get high, go get loaded, or go pistear. You don't need none of that, homie. Do feedment, do straight, and if you could join in the union, then join in the union. If you're gonna go to college, finish it off. It's it. If you want to go become a hura, whatever you want to do, go do it. But whatever you do, go 1,000%. No half stepping, home. Let them know, homeboy. Let them know what up, Lazy Armando Nunez. Oh, yeah, what's up, Amaro? Oh, what's up, Amaro? Big saludos and much love to Amaro and his whole familia. I hope your jefita's doing good, dog. Amaro's one of the individuals that he shouldn't be out here. He's just like me, if not worse. He went through some trials and tribulations through his health, and he was able to surpass all that. And now he's feeding, got his familia, got his hyena, and doing his thing, and moved out and moved on. So, saludos to you, Amaro, to your whole familia, and to your carnales. What has he got? 2 carnales left?
He says 6 years sober.
6 years sober. Las Vegas and Tuffy. Only 2 left, right? Yeah. How you wait? 2 left, right? 2 left, right, model? Wow. 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 He took me back a model. He had a brother. Man. There we see, when people pop up, like, oh man, it's just like that, on my way. He had a brother I used to run around with, and he was older than us, and I took care of him. in the calles, back and forth, and we would look out for each other. And he was older than me, and we would do some crazy highlights. I got busted, and he got busted, and I go to the pen, and he ends up coming in, and he becomes my Sally for a long time, and he said, you know, homie, we ran the calles lazy, we did this madre, but you know what? I'm your older homeboy, dog. I'm gonna take you under the wing, homie. I got you, dog. Don't worry about it. Right? And every time I try to do destruction, he would scold me. He would stop me. He would take the things out of my hand. And he tried his best, you know. Good dude. He had his paquetes coming, his Jaina coming, and as I didn't have nobody, he looked out for me, you know. And firme about it. Many years we did, but when I got out, I was able to thank him. When I got out, I was able to reimburse them, you know, and bought him ropa, bought him everything, and you know, I just did the best that I could to reimburse them, you know. I could never thank him enough for the things that he did as I was a young man, 18 years old, in the joint, you know, and he looked out for me. Good dude. Rest in peace, man. Crazy stories, you guys. No, man. Ew, man. We used to do, oh, man, destruction. But I'm very proud of you, Amado. I could look back, and I know you look back and say, hey, Holmes, you made it, and, you know, but it's a blessing, right? How do I get one of them been trying? Which ones, Heather? They just don't know. They just don't know, Amado. Yeah, they don't know, dog. You know, when I told you guys a story about my two younger homeboys that were younger than me, they were 12 and 13, and I was 14, the house was my homeboy's house. You know, it was crazy. It was insane. And the Jefita's still alive, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing. All his brothers, all his brothers. You know, rest in peace. I knew them all. I knew them all. Great show, homie, from beautiful Norwalk. What's Sam? What's up, dog? Saludos, Gloria. Greetings to you and your family. Gloria, gracias.
From Silmar.
Silmar, what's up, man? Who else is on here? Um, why did I go to prison? I had a lot of charges. I could speak on it because those are my charges. I was on a sick one, homie. You know, I was doing highlights. I was young, and I had an M1. I'm gonna say it in code so TikTok doesn't trip. I had an M1, 64 rounds, and estábamos robando conectas. We were doing highlights, you know, and we were just on a sick one, you know, and I had a lot of ranflas, a lot of cohetes, and, you know, and there was an incident that took place, and I didn't mean to do this, Holly, but look, when you live that life, you live it all the way, regardless if your partner's there. So we were in a ranfla, and I had my crimey. She was a female, and we went into this alley, and we went into an alley. I told her stay to the right hand side because of see, this story is on me, nobody else. I get to say because it's my story, it's my case, it's my crime, so I'm not incriminating nobody. And You know, when you got a ride or die, homie, it's vida loca, homie. It's your crimey, dog. And I told her stick to the right because there was a big crowd in the front. And you know, when you steal the ramplas, a lot of times the glass gets broken because sometimes you can't, you try to pry it and it'll shatter on you. So she gets on the right hand side. I told her stay on the right, you know what I mean? Because the crowd is more to the left. And then when we try to like go through them, they were all pedos and they were all just, you know, and they end up socking her up, bam. And I said, oh man. Now I couldn't open the door because it was the fence. Remember, I said to the right. I said, pull up, pull up, pull up. And the two houses down was about three houses down was the turn, the driveway out of there. And I pull up and I get off and I said, what's up, homies? What's up with you vatos? You guys want to hit a high nut? And I let them have it, homie. You know what I mean? I let them have it. And man, I let them have it, homie. You know, and all of them, dog. And the vato across the street threw the botella and he shattered the front of the rampla, the G-Ride. You know, and I just turned around and let them have it too, dog. You know, and we take off and we end up canceling that holiday that we were planning to go do because we were doing conectas, you know. We were just on a sick one. And I take off, and sure enough, they do a gang sweep. Now, the next day, it took like 24 hours. So my address was at my homeboy's pad because I was living in the streets, homie. But one of the address was my uncle's house. Now, at my uncle's house, I would be staying there off and on in Whittier. And 24 hours later, they put out a warrant. I didn't know it till later on. I ended up finding out. So when they about to hit the Cantona, he lives in a cul-de-sac where he used to live in a cul-de-sac. And my neighbor used to buy drogas off of me. So he gets gaffled up coming out. He was going to work. They gaffled that fool up. And he said, hey, guns were drawn at him and everything. And he said, no, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. So he goes down the street to Burger King or McDonald's, I can't remember, and he calls me up. I pick up the phone because I would have the phone. Back then, we didn't have no cell phones like that. So I pick up the phone and it would connect us, you know what I mean? And he goes, hey, Lazy gonna hit your pad, homie. They're looking for you. And I'm like, damn. Now, I still had the cuete there. It was under the sofa. Now, I was waiting to the paisas to come pick it up because I used to sell the cuetes to the paisas and they would take them to the rancho every time I used them. And they end up, so I got up and I'm getting ready. I'm like, oh, damn. Now, right away it hit me. Do I dress like a cholo? Do I dress like a cholo right away? So my brother was staying there too. So I picked up all his Bob Marley clothes, you know? And I looked like, hey man, I looked odd because my brother wasn't a cholo. And I dressed with this Bob Marley shirt and his baggy pants, and he was like a rebel. And I put on his boots and everything. I looked just like him. I looked all freaking like a raver, like a freaking raver. That's the truth. So I'm like, I changed real quick on his clothes, and I'm like, damn. I grabbed the money, and then I was about to head back towards the back so I could jump. Now, he lives in a cul-de-sac. That means there's more cul-de-sacs in dead ends in that area. And there's a railroad track. So I jumped. I opened the door to go out, head out. And I'm like, the weapon. So I'm like, damn, I got to get it. I got to at least hide it down by the railroad tracks. So I go back into the pad, slowly open the window, and I could hear some of the brakes. Now, I didn't hear the brakes in the front. I could hear the brakes towards like maybe 50, 60 feet. I could hear it, you know, because it's kind of like an alley where he lived at. And I hear the brakes squeaking, and all of a sudden, I said, "Damn, they're here!" And all of a sudden, you hear this boom, Norwalk Sheriff. They kicked the door, and I jumped to the back. They didn't see me because I was already out by the kitchen. And I jumped the fence and I took off. Now they had all the streets blocked off. They had all the streets blocked off. They were looking for me, and I jumped the back. The thing that they were looking for was a bald-headed homie and all that. And I had a freaking reggae freaking beanie on. I looked all, hey man, I looked all raver. I did. And I took off. I ran. I went by the DMV. Now the DMV there was Hudas there. There was a Huda right there blocking it off and blocked off Mulberry and Painter and blocked off all right there where my shop is at right now. And I had to walk through the Huda. So I walked by him and I'm all just all casual. And he looks at me and I'm like, good morning, officer. Time to go to work, and I walked away, and I got away. Unfortunately, my uncles, my uncle, my sister, my brother-in-law, the whole familia, if you guys don't know, when they raid a cantona, it's bad, it's sad, and they kicked down the door. They had the whole familia, my nieces and nephews with the cohetes, and got everybody on their boxers or calzones, and raiding the whole cantona, looking for cohetes, looking for feria, drogas, looking for everything. They took all my VHS. I had some VHS. I had some VHS from recorded from my homeboys' funerals, weddings. You know what I mean? I had the whole. I've always collected pictures. I took pictures and videos. They took everything from me, all my gang stuff. They took everything, and they found the cuete. They said we found something. Uh, I got away, caught up. My homeboy came pick me up, whatever. So my tia calls me. I called up my tia to the house. I called it later on that day, and they said, "Hey, you know what? There's a card for you. Take down this number." And I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. In dispensa." But then we all lived it. My uncle lived that life. He was used to it. My sister, they were all used to it. Except for my niece and nephews, they were the babies. And they end up I end up calling the number, and it was Detective Roman. I mean? He was a chump, and I call it up, and what's up, man? He's like, hey, what's up, Big Lazy? You know what's up? I go, I don't know what's up. I had nothing to do with anything. And he's all like, man, stop playing the part. Look, man, we could do this the easy way, or we could do it the hard way. Just turn yourself in. I'm like, man, turn myself in for what? Fool, I didn't do nothing, homie. You know what's up, man. I'm like, well, man, you know what? Catch me if you can. And I hung up, and I was in the run for 3 months. Now, being in the run, homie, it's no joke. You're always keeping trucha. You're always on high-speed chases and always trying to get away, which it was true. And then you come back to the hometown. That's where you were raised at. That's the way you live, vida loca. And sure enough, there was an APB out on me and warrant after me, and they wanted me. The charges was for attempted murder. So at the end of it, I was in the run. You get tired after so much time. Um, so I had a G ride, and I was doing insurance fraud, quemándolos. I was doing the whole desmadre. I was with it. I was with the life, homie. And sure enough, they threw the light on me, and I was on a high-speed chase. And while I'm in the high-speed chase, I'm drinking and smoking yesca, and I'm just getting pedos because this is my last time. I already know they're gonna come after me hard. And sure enough, high-speed chase. I crashed the troca, took off, and I jumped the fence, and they end up in a banana tree, and put a beating on me. They caught me, whatever, and the charges was for attempted murder. It's 4 of them, and they dropped them down. I fought it, and I got 2 assaults with the deadly weapon, prior conviction of the assault rifle. So, I lived it, and Went to prison. That was the first time I went to prison. That don't mean all my juvenile records and all that. There was a lot of mayhem, homie, you know. Uh, but that's why I went to prison for the 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 murders, dog. They dropped them down to assaults with the deadly weapon, and they broke me off 11 years. I beat the life. Uh, I beat the life sentence. They wanted to give me 24 to life, you know, and got out, violation, got out, and I picked up 3 strikes. I mean, I was just brutal, bro. But yeah, that's what happens, homie. You know, uh, did I learn from it? Oh man, homie, it took me a while for me to learn from it, you know, but I did. I changed. I moved on. I haven't been in the system 19 years. I haven't been in the system 19 years, right? 20 years. 2006 was the last 20 years already, dog. But I don't keep track. I hate keeping track. But that's the last time I've been to the system. Dog. I've had 2 CDC numbers. I discharged the first one. Took me almost 10 years. Heather, costing me more money in him in jail, paying in my ASS. Well, that's the system, homie.
I think she's talking about her son. My 7-year-old has lots of feelings.
Well, that's the system. The system is not there to help, Heather. The system's not there to help. The system's there to milk it, homie. You know? Why do you think that governor running for that guy running for governor owned private prisons? That's how he made his billions. It's a scam. You know, it's just freaking big old scam. Why do you think all that music is out? Why do you think that corrido cartel is hitting right now? You know? Little do they know it's an influence into putting it into people's minds, you know? That's bad. But it's a setup. Richard, good evening, brother Anthony says, what's up, man? That's right, blessings to you, man. What's the craziest thing you've seen in prison? I couldn't say it, though. If you ask me face to face, I'll tell you. But not over social media. You know, but I've seen it all. Vatos crying for their jefitas and taking their last breath. I've seen it, though. You know? I feel that so much. You are correct. Yes, it is. Prison system is a big business. Of course, one love. Big time. Big time. You know? But big saludos to you guys. But that was what I got torcido for, you know? And when they caught me, I forgot about the catch me if you can phone call. So when he see me, oh man, he just started bam, putazos, dog. Catch me if you can, catch me if you can, bam, and I was handcuffed to the chair, you know.
That's messed up.
What happens in prison when someone puts you on blast? Can you explain? What happens when someone puts you on blast? Can you explain? Lying to Lobo. I really can't, dog. That's political. People still have to live there, homie. So if you ask me face to face, I could break it down to you. But through social media, I can't, carnal. You know. But hopefully everything's okay, homes. What do you think about men calling a female bro? I think crap. It's what's up, bro? You know what I mean? I hear it all the time. You know, it's just torica. I'd rather hear to say them bro than to say the N word. Why did you get beat up in prison? Well, homies, I didn't, but well, you get beat up, dog, by the guards, homie. You know, you get a beat down, dog. You get a calentada, dog. You know, you live that life, homie. These vatos ain't used. Look, dog, they put you in freaking the middle of nowhere, homies. Corn-fed gabachos, dog. Or out there in the desert in Sili and Brole and all that, where them gente never made big money. They made picking and all that. And the system comes to their town and they're already paying what, $30, $40, $50 an hour? Like, man, that or out in the sun to go pick strawberry, man, they're gonna go take the job. They never seen this lifestyle like this, dog. They never seen real criminals. If so, here and there, but now we're the gang of them, all lifers and everything, dog. And these vatos, they have their guard up too, homes. You know what I mean? And they're walking, they're doing their jale in truchas, homie. They're doing their jale like tense, homie. Imagine you walking in, you never lived that life, homie. You're a freaking cherry picker, homie, a strawberry picker. And you get a good freaking holiday. They give you a foot and a badge and a freaking baton with the freaking spray, you know? Or a Mini 14 up in the tower, dog. You know, never, never thought that you would have that holiday. So they hire all these vatos and, you know, trigger happy vatos. Of course, you're gonna get calentadas because you're used to the concrete jungle, homie. You come in there raising mayhem, dog. You come prepared. That's your life. They don't come prepared. Some of them might be prepared because their dad was a CEO or whatever, but most of them don't. Most of them just join in because they want a good paycheck, you know? And when you go out there like in the boonies where all the freaking corn-fed gabachos never seen raza, the only raza they'll see is freaking on TV, you know? And they've never seen gente like us, and you know, and their whole life is miserable in there because of how we live, and they gotta take care of us like that. Of course they're gonna be mad. Of course they're gonna give you a calentada, dog. Of course they're gonna give you a beating, dog, you know? But you, as an individual that live that lifestyle, double hand, double fingers flying up in the air, handle, fool. You know, you can't break me down. You know, they will break your bones. They will freaking bash you, dog. They will do a lot of holiday, homie, you know. They will pepper spray you, got you, and you can't even breathe, homie, and leave the door closed and the water shut down. Oh, homie, it's brutal, dog, you know. They will cuetear you. They will freaking bust a cap on you, you know. They will do holiday, dog, you know. So to say that, oh, there was no beat, yes, there was, homie. You know, there was, but you lived it. So what, homie? So freaking what, homie? That's what you signed up for, homie. That's how your life was, homie. So it's just an ordinary day for you, dog. Not for them. For them, it's like, damn, look at this ruthless fool, you know? Just don't care, and you know, and I see so much stuff that I can't mention these things. I can't speak on those things here. I could speak on my behalf, what has happened to me, you know? On with the Judas or whatnot, you know, but I can't speak of certain things, dog. You know what I mean? But yeah, you do get your content. Ain't freaking nothing, homie. Whatever's clever, dog. You know, and that's the way you live, homies. You know, you try to keep it as cool as you can so the Judas doesn't mess with you. You know. I remember one time we were flooding the freaking tier, flooding and flooding and flooding, and we're in the old joint. We were thinking Tracy. Now, those old prisons don't got no flood system, dog. It just floods. It just comes from the third tier. It just comes down, dog, like waterfalls. And the Judas were freaking tired of sweeping out the water because they had to open up the front door, the back door, and all that, and sweep all the water. And they were tired of it. So one day I remember we were all freaking flooded. Now when it gets that flooded, got you, homie, you can't walk on the floor in yourself because the water's like that big, dog. You can't walk in, it's flooded, dog. So you could jump into your toilet, into your sink, and to try to look outside your cell, and that's what you kind of do, and jump into the desk, and then jump into your bunk, you know, because it would be flooded, got you. I remember one time it was so freaking flooded, and I think it was the third day like that, and you know, I could see the Huda. I could see him from far away, and you use your little mirror. And the Huda goes, he said, F, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of living here. I'm tired of working here. And I'm tired of the floods. So he grabbed all of our mail. Now, the mail is the only thing that we have access to reality. Now I heard they got phones, laptops, all that bull crap. We didn't have none of that, homie. And we're in the hole, you know? And he grabbed the freaking bag, the duffel bag, the army bag, because that's where they give you all the mail. And he grabbed the freaking bag from the third tier and he freaking threw it into the flood water, you know? And I could see the mail, like, after a little while, just floating in the water, like, all smeared up because of the ink, smeared up because of the water. But, you know, everybody went crazy, you know? But, you know, that's your life, homie. You can't complain, dog. You can't sit there and whine and bitch about it, dog. You know, that's what you signed up for. That's the way you want to live, so that's the way you go. You roll with the freaking punches, homie. And we don't cry, homie. Don't freaking cry. And, you know, we don't do that, dog. We raza. We shut the F up, homie. And whatever's clever, dog. You know, we don't. That's what I told my son. If you're gonna run your mouth, run your freaking fist. Know how to run the fist, homie. You know, we don't sit there and complain, write 602s and all. We didn't do none of that, homie. We didn't shut the f up and go handle your freaking business. You know, and thank God I raised him that way. You know, and that's how what I do for a living. I'm a business owner. You know, I design clothing and medals, sarapes. When you go to your swami, your two-tone sarapes, I designed them. 297 of them, styles, in Tlaxcala, Mexico, you know. So I put in a stamp in the artisaneria business. First Chicano in 107 years to do the Ali Auto Show on concept cars, homie. Never before. The first Chicano, homie, in 107 years. I've done so much. I work with colleges. I've worked with kids. I freaking work with pro office, you know, nonprofits, churches, and whatever it is, you know. I made sure that these last 20 years that I've been out, I have a lot of stuff under my belt, homie, you know, and I just don't wolf out of the side of my neck, you know. We own an LLC and we own a business, a warehouse and office. My office is all Chicano out, homie. When you walk in there, it's like righteous raza, you know. It was like a freaking lawyer's office, but yet at the same time, like a cell, homie. What did you do for workouts? Back then we had pesas también. We had weights, you know. All that stuff that we would get in the mail, because we were able to get stuff through canteen and all that through packages. It wasn't Walking Horse back there. Walking Horse controls everything. The guy was smart enough to open up a business and have his stuff be sold contract through the prison system. And he was an officer, so he became a millionaire doing that. So he was able to shut down the packages from the public. But back then we had nitro shotgun and all those all those frozen powder steroids and all that whole desmadre, you know. That's why fools were getting big. Did Jesus change your life? Of course he did. If it wouldn't have been for him, I would have never. And I did it out here. I didn't do it in the system. I did it out here. I had to just have a one-on-one conversation with him. Small says, "Damn, daddy, you better be a hyena and not a vato." What up, better? Sup, brother? Share your webpage right here on TikTok, Rockin Chicano. Check me out, and it'll lead into that direction. I don't say too much because TikTok be tripping on me. Man, do me a paro, like and share, homie. Double tap that screen. Like if you were at the Conectas at 2 in the morning, all scanted out, homie. Locking your jaw, homie. All sweating all the chemicals out of your face, homie. And keeping trucha with the hura, but you were there with the Conecta in his window. So double tap that screen like if you were the Conectas at 2 in the morning. George, got it. All right. A big drop. What's up, homito? That's it. Saludos. Cherie?
Yeah.
What up?
Cherie.
What's up, Cherie? What's crackin' lacking? I seen your son. He's a big kid, homie. That's right. Got my own business now, making threads for birthday.
Treats for birthday.
All right. Okay, treats. All right. That's right. That's the way to do it, man. I'm proud of you. OGC, what's up, RC? What's happening, homie? Los Angeles says Cuba, Rockin' 8 Cuba. You guys, thank you guys for tuning in, man. It's a blessing to have you guys here live, homie. Thank you guys for sharing always, homie. Big saludos to all the platforms. I have 3 phones and 2 computers on right now. So gracias, you guys, for tuning in. What locked up for? 4 attempts. Lazy Bones, what's up, homie? I appreciate your previous response. Let me rephrase my question. Okay. Where was it at? Oh man, I missed it. Where is it? On the sick one, fool. Did you pick tomatoes in the alley? Nah, homie. I picked your jefita in the alley. This guy's freaking corny. Oh, serio? Check that fool out. See who is he? He's private.
He just has like random videos of not him, just random.
It's corny, homie. Well, that's not what your jefita said, fool.
And why you here?
And why you here? And how accurate was the movie Training Day? It was based on 2 people. Ruben and the Moreno. What was his name? Perez. So it was based on two people, dog. It's semi accurate, but I think Ruben's story is crazier, dog. He was doing all kinds of hollers, dog. So it's semi true, kind of, but not really.
You, uh,
Where I missed it.
I can't find it.
Is it common to see another vato walking around belittling, insulting others in the joint? Yeah, not common, dog. Not common. Eventually, I I can't say what happened one time in this yard. If you see me face to face, I'll tell you what happened. But there was a big dude and a little dude, you know, and the little dude was tired of it, but he did something gacho to that. Oh my God, wow, homie, wow, wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow, homie, you know, wow, big wow, dog. I never seen that kind of outcome before. I was like, damn. But you see it. They were gabachos. um, oh, you don't have to. All the trolls left. Oh, yeah, that's right. What else?
Um,
What was that question?
yeah, I can't find it.
Yeah.
Um, do you think I should start my landscaping business with my dad?
Yeah.
Miguel 4032 is asking.
Get to learn it, dog. And then after that, start doing your own thing, dog. But if your jefito's there to help you out, then do it. You know? You should do it, my brother. Owning the business is good. But know how to will and
Manage
deal
his,
with deals with businesses and accounts, dog. Please do that. There was a question
on,
on
en el otro. A ver, let me
yeah.
see. I'll look for it.
Was I in Grand Theft Auto? No, but I like it. I like it so much I gotta stay away from it.
You probably removed
I
it.
probably removed it. But anyways, what else? Thanks, man. Oh no, thank you guys. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. I always try to give you my life experience as much as I can, so you guys could pick up and have a something feedment for your future, homie. Me and my brother helped my jefito sell donuts back in the days in El Monte. That's right, homie. That's right. That's feedment, dog. They don't do that no more, homie. What time is it over? Pretty soon, homie. Pretty soon. But I came in late. I've been running around, when we were 5 years old. That's right. When I was 5, 6, 7, 8, I would work in the swamp meets almost all the way till I was 10 years old. Never got paid. Stockton in the house, Northern Califas. What's up, Dominguez? ¿Cómo está ya? Is it hot over there, homie? Big saludos to everybody up north, homie. Right here, we don't trip all that color, all that side crap. We don't trip like that, homie. Everybody's welcome. I'm from Norwalk Califas. You know, it's all good. You brown, you're down, homie. We're all good, homies. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's invited into my channel. Except for you like crias and all that, homie. Chalecos, escuéntate, homie. Go log into another one, homie. You ain't welcome here, homie. But other than that, where are you from? I was selling insurance sticks in my neighborhood in Compton when I was 7 years old. That's right, homie. That's right, Juanito. How you doing, Juanito? Frank, what's up, Frank? How you doing? Arturo, what's up, man? Everybody's tuning in. Gracias. My brother, your sunglasses are sold out. Are they sold out? They're on there. Check them out. Frankie, what's up, man? Chris, what's up, man? Worked at the Santa Fe Spring Swami for $20 a day. That's right. That's what we used to do, dog. And you had to stand in the wall, and they would come and pick you up to go to work, homie.
No, they're not.
Okay. Do I drive a Lolo? Yeah. No, my son does. The weather is beautiful. High 80s. Yes, we don't treat. We love our southern families. I have a choice. My wife is from that out. That's right. East Oakland, Khalifa. Saludos from the north. Shout out to the brothers down south. What's up, homito? That's
That's
Chachi
Chachi.
Chunk.
No, Chachi Chuck.
Chachi Chuck. That's right, man. Thank
Chachi
you guys
Chuck.
for tuning in. It's pretty feeding out there. If I had a chance to move out, it would have to be Sacramento. Have a great night, brother. Quinto 51. That's right. I kicked it in Norwalk with my homies. I'm the only one from a different body out of the bunch. That's right, big dog. We're at in Norwalk, homie. From the hood of Las Vegas, like Miklo. Tigre, what's up, homie? Hey, thank you for tuning in, Miklo. Out there in the hot desert, homie. Está caliente ya. El Chachi, saludos, homie. What's up, homie? Pipeline Dream, Secure. What's up, Pipeline? What's crack-a-lacking, homie? Richard, what's up, homie? My first of the year. That's right, Frank. What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Está cabrón 110 so far. God damn, homie. Right here is what? 79
Yeah,
to
it's
70.
gonna be in the 70s this week.
70s this weekend, homie. 4th of July. Trucha with the cuentas. Don't get caught up because they got freaking drones out there, homie. I do know some of the cities, especially the city of Norwalk, is 5,000 bolas if you get torcido, dog. So don't get torcido, homie. You know, it's not worth it, dog. 5 grand, mejor you go over there, spend 1,000 on the ride, 200-300 in the hotel, and go right there to the Avi, homie, and buy $4,000 worth of freaking fireworks, homie, and light them up, homie. You don't have to get cut up, homie. Get caught up. OG, what's up? Slim, what's cracking lacking? I'm OG, triple OG. That when I have grandkids, they're gonna call me OG and not grandpa, homie. But saludos, as you guys can hear, the fireworks is jumping off. And yesterday, the soccer team that won, and you know what I mean? Latest news of the score and all that. I don't freaking know. I don't watch soccer, bro. You know what I mean? That's all that barrio, homie.
All we heard was the people, and now we know they scored.
That's all we know. The neighbors, and then,
We're like, okay, they scored.
Mi canalito is gonna turn himself in. Any advice for him? How old is he, big dog?
Jose said, "Viva la raza."
Viva la raza. That's right. Here in Vegas, just started seeing the drones this year. Yeah, dog. Last year the drones came in here, so they're starting to use those, dog, and get you. They'll follow you to the cantona that you're in, and that is a big fine, homes. Some of the cities is 1,000 bolas. Is not bad.
Here's up to 5.
But right here is up to 5,000 bolas, dog. You know. You'll be doing 10 years. He's in his 40s. Ay, way. 10 years. So he's in his 40s. Say he's 44. He'll do. Is state or fed, homie? Is it state or fed? If it's fed, is 90%, 80%, 85%. So 10 years, you do about 9 years out of that. 8 and 11 months, I think. You know, so feds is way better than state. State is mayhem. Es un desmadre. It's bad. But hopefully he gets out. He stays out of trouble, homie, and don't get caught up, homie. You know. Pismo Beach. Yeah, he's probably going to state. He's probably going to go to the state, but you know, just stay away from all the drama. You'll be all right, homie. Stop being scared, homie. Take it as a man, dog. Go over there, go handle your business, homie. Put up there, dog. Go handle your business, homie. Let's go ride, dog. Not no more. Not me. I can't do that no more. I can't afford another year in the system. You know? There's too much desmadre. And the system's not the same. You know? I would be having a lot of hard time with the homies, just like I did the last time. And I said, I gotta quit this game. I can't be doing this no more. It says, gracias, homie, way. Saludos to your canal. Hopefully he's all right, homie, you know, and tell him stop being scared, homie. You know, and hook up with somebody that's been to the joint so he could break him down, the do's and the don'ts. That way he'd be schooled up by the time he gets there, you know. Have I done that to some of my homies, some of my loved ones, family members that go in the joint, never been there? Yeah, I had to break it down to them. I hate doing it to you, dog, but watch, I pay attention and I had to explain to them, you know. all these things. But gracias you guys for tuning in. It's 9 o'clock. We're almost about to hang up. Hey, do me that paro and double tap that screen. And thank you guys for always tuning in. Today we're talking about pintas orange pegada. No, puro pedo, homie. We're talking about my case that I was torcido and how to live a better life, homie, and how to be a better person in this holly, homie. Uh, OG got them eye ladies. Orale, orale. Pato tripping. Pato tripping. Okay. All right, pues raza. He says, Aurora says, eye ladies, nuts on your face. Okay. What's his page?
That's wrong.
Private.
Probably because they don't have
So we got a vato that's a chirujo, likes vatos. He takes it up to chiqui prestas. He likes the salchicha.
I mean, we're doing so good and they have to come.
And of course, the weird ones are on YouTube, dog. The weird ones are in YouTube, dog. I gotta admit, we got all the social medias, YouTube, carqueros, freaking pickle smoochers.
No, nothing.
He ain't got nothing. And you got nothing on your freaking account, fool. You want to talk masa, but you got nothing in your account. You know? He has his finger up his culito and freaking flipping off and keyboard warrior, homie. You know? Or maybe one vato that looked like me took his hyena. Maybe hooked up with his jefita and left him behind, homie. And his jefito had raised him, you know? And his jefito was all up and down Santa Monica Boulevard, homie. So he holds a complejo against homeboys like me, dog. Dispensa, mensa, homie. So, that is Aurora Bolívar 801, I guess. Anyways, Jose, viva la raza. That's right, homie. Thank you guys for tuning in always. All right, man. I'm about to bounce, rock, roller skate, and enjoy the rest of my night, homies. You guys go out there, throw solo bolo for 4th of July. Please be truchas. Don't get caught up. Don't get a DUI. Homies, have somebody else come pick you up. They even got them ramflas that drive by themselves, fool. And that's what you need, homies. You don't need to get caught up, dog, you know? Because that's 10,000 bolas, homie, plus the clecha, impound your ramfla, homie. And then if you got priors, that's it. Can you go to the state for that? Yes, you can, homie. So stay away from that desmadre. If you get locoted out, homies, just enjoy the freaking night, homie. Go pass out in the freaking go pass out there in the freaking front yard, homie. You don't have to get caught up behind. I trip out on TikTok. They got all these vatos and live social media, and they stand right there, right behind the DUI checkpoints. And the vatos are all freaking pedos doing this and doing that. And next thing you know, they gaffled up. They take the ramfla, homie. You know? 20K DUI. That's right. Sound no more chulas for 4th of July. Man, chula ranked out on us, homie.
Who is it?
Sal said no more chulas for 4th of July. That vato ranked out, homie. Keep your socks high. Of course, homie. So you always gotta have your long socks, homie. Especially if you're all solo down, dog. You know what I mean? It doesn't flow with the little low top socks, homie. Chalecos, mecos, homie. You gotta keep it OG, triple OG. Gotta keep them freaking knees through shot just in case you gotta squintear, homie. Can you make me a black? What is that, carnalito? Good evening. What's up, man? Oh, plaque. Oh, yes, I can, homie. Showtime biker, of course, homie. Let me know. I'll hook it up, dog. Right now, we got the stainless on the board, huh? We got the stainless on the board, but I could remove that. That's something like 400 pounds, dog.
Showtime bike clubs. Is it for the blight?
It depends, dog. Depends what size, homie. Inbox, homie.
Yeah,
Inbox, dog. Cause TikTok be tripping, homie. They like the high now, homie. Like this vato right here. Aurora be tripping, dog. This vato. They like that, homie. I'll freaking putote out, dog. You know? Chicano culture is dope. I love the oldies jam. That's right, homie. That's how we bump here. We don't bump all that corrido bull crap, homie. That's Shale. You know? No dispensa if you bump that, then that's you, dog. Not pedo, homie. That's all you, dog. But to us, Cholo Bolo funk, oldies, and all this modern. Now, if it's Spanish music, yeah, some old school. I could. You know my grandpa? Probably, homes. I know a lot of gente, you know? I know a lot of gente. All right, where we at? ¿Qué onda, Jerry? Everybody tuning in. Hey, gracias, you guys. All right, Speedy. Oh, from Showtime? Yeah. Speedy is, hey, Speedy, BP
Yeah,
Toy,
yeah, BB Towing.
Edgar. Eh,
Yeah, he said yeah.
yeah, yeah. Man, I can't charge that phone now.
But tell him that he has to call.
Who has to call?
Speedy.
Tell your grandpa to give me a call and put the order, and I can't charge you. There's some people that got it coming like that, dog, you know? And I'm gonna tell you why real quick before I hang up. That vato will come 3, 4, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. If your car is stranded, he'll send out his freaking workers, huh?
Oh yeah.
He'll send out his
Yeah.
workers. One time I had my homeboy right here in the barrio, and I kicked him out. I don't want him here because I know he's trouble. I know he likes to get locotes and, stay out here and, and I know he's gotten into it with this high nine. His car broke down. I said, I don't want you here, dog. I hate telling it to you like that, homie, but I don't want you here, dog. So I called up your grandpa. He's like, what's up? Where you at? What's up, homie? I'm like, hey, dog, I need a freaking big bottle, dog. My homie's broke down, dog. Can you go take it to a shop, homie, por favor, dog? He's like, yeah, how far is it? And it's ways, because his shop is in Baldwin Park. He had to go from Baldwin Park to Norwalk to Los Alamitos. That's a drive, homie. Not one penny did your grandpa charge me. And one time my panel broke down, huh? I was going to a cruise night. And he brought the big old freaking troca. He goes, give me what you want, dog. Give me for gas. I ain't tripping. That's a what? 11,000 pound truck, homie? They picked up my 11,000 pound truck, homie. Vámonos, took it back to the Cantona. He didn't charge me like that, dog. So, I can't charge you for the plaque, dog. So, see, some people got it coming like that. You know what I mean? Mystery, what's up, man? Saludos. All right. Mike says, gay hat. Yeah, he should know.
Yeah, they
His
said
jefe-
happy pride month. Sweet.
yeah, he should know. His jefito used to wear it. Does Mike have anything? Sure looks like a pen. Simone, it is, homie. But I can't mention that word here because they trip and they shut me down, dog. It is. I've had it for a long time, dog. I ain't gonna lie. How long have I had
A
this?
long time. I don't know.
15 years?
Probably.
I've had this like 15 years, homie.
You've had it for a very long time.
Have I been watching the World Cup?
No.
Nah. I don't watch soccer, homie. I'm from the hood. Dispensa. I watch baseball if anything, but you're more than welcome to watch it, dog. That's not me, dog. All I know is goalie, pasa la bola, güey.
Goalie.
Estoy abierto y gol. Pasa la bola, güey. Pasa la bola. Estoy abierto. That's all I know. What up, dude? Stockton in the house. What's up, Stockton? What does it say? Yo, I watch any fights over weekend. Oh, no, I didn't, dog. I was at Pomona. We were working out there. Says Cuba, what's up? 78. ¿Qué onda, vato? 98, 88. ¿Qué onda? I'm just right here ready to hang up. But just, what does it say? But our country's going crazy. You can't support even a bit. It's every 4 years. It's not that, dog. It's not that. I'm happy they're winning, dog. I'm happy they're winning. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I'm happy they're winning. That's good. They have to, dog. I don't watch it, homie. I don't watch it, dog. I don't trip on it. That's like saying you watch tennis. You watch tennis. The cup is cup. I don't watch tennis, dog. It's a sport I don't watch. It's speed, man. I mean, to each his own, dog. I mean, if they win, I hope they win, dog. I'm not saying no, dog, but I don't watch it, dog. I don't sit there and, pay attention to what? Toluca, Chivas, America, and Galaxy. The Galaxy here, dog, in LA is dead. Nobody really goes to see it, dog. The only time that Galaxy really got famous was because of that Beckham battle, right?
Oh yeah.
That's it, dog. I mean, nobody. We're in a country, dog, that doesn't really acknowledge soccer, dog, because it's known around the world, which is fine, and that's the biggest sport. I respect it, But to watch it, I don't, dog. You know.
It's just a sport you don't
It's
like.
just I
Like
don't
some
like,
people don't
dog.
like
I mean, it's feeder. I mean,
this or
I'd rather
that.
watch football or baseball. You know,
Basketball maybe.
basketball, a handball tournament. I mean, I watch it, dog. But do I hate? No, I don't hate, dog. And whoever wins is wins. But do remember, from what I've recalled, the best players are the best teams is who? Brazil,
Brazil and
Argentina, and
Argentina.
France. Those are the three greatest teams that ever lived, homes. You know what I mean? But more power to them. You know, I don't watch it, and I hope they win and the Raza celebrating. That's fine, but you ain't gonna see me go live out there. You know. And, I mean, may the gente enjoy it, and that's Speedman, dog. You know. Hasn't gone to the so far in World Cup since 1986. That's right. That's one of the many things our people have with Chicanos. They're not for the people. We never said that we weren't for the people, dog.
What is the
We
sport?
never we never said that, dog. But understand, homie, that we're we're different, dog. It's like, do we all gotta wear cowboy boots and horse and listen to corridos? We don't. Dog. Everybody has a different strokes for different folks, dog. Don't mean that I'm supporting it. Go Mexico. Look, dog, I'm gonna tell you like this, homie. Like my uncles told me, you know, before you go cheer for another country, before you do all this, remember your state raised. United States raised you. You know, this is your country. You have rights. You're blessed. You're not from there. You're from here. Always understand that, which is true. I'm a Chicano, you know, and I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm okay. Will I get accepted over there? No. Do they treat me different over there? Yes, because I go every what, 2, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
I get treated different, dog. I viene el cholo. ¿Qué onda, pocho? I viene el americano. But it's okay. I don't hate them, dog. I ain't gonna sit there and whine and complain about my people. They're my people. That's feed me. You know, they like to play those games or they like to play this, then hey, that's their prerogative. You know, I ain't gonna go out there and go support. Hey, go man, go man. I'm from Califas, dog. I'm a freaking pocho from the calles. I'm from the city of Norwalk. Today's the first is when my check would come, dog. We were raised through Dodger Stadium, you know, Chavez Ravine. We're from the calles, dog. We're not. We don't listen to corridos, dog. We didn't grow up like that, dog. We didn't grow up with boots, homie. We didn't, dog. We're from the freaking concrete jungle, dog. You know, but I pray and I hope that Mexico does win, homie. Do I hate them? No. Does that stop me or I'm hating because they're there? No, dog. Man, more power to them, dog. And hey, porra, go handle it, dog. And you know, I just don't, dog. Like some people, oh, kiss the Dodgers. Oh, why this? Oh, they're out there in the parade. Yeah, people ain't gonna go watch it, dog. That's fine. But I ain't gonna go bash them and tell, well, why don't you like it? Well, why don't you support it? It was Chavez Ravine. The government kicked our gente out of there. I ain't gonna do all that, dog. If you don't like it, you don't like it, dog. I respect you. That's your prerogative. But not for once that I'm against my own gente. Nah, homie. You know?
I mean, he watches the soccer game every 4 years, but does he give to the people in Mexico? Because we do.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
we
saying?
give
Like you're saying, like support it. It's every four
we
years.
support.
Support it. Okay, that's just a
Do you
soccer
support
team.
the
Do you
gente in
support the
Mexico?
actual
Do
people
you
in
got
need?
families that
Do
you've
you?
adopted? We do, dog.
We do,
We
but we
give
don't
we
boast
give out, but
about
we
it.
don't boast about it. The more we don't rep USA, the more we give ownership of the country to the racists. Ándale. Uh, got you vato all the way from La Florida. That's right, homie. I came into the States when I was 10. I'm 43 now, so I understand both cultures, Mexicans and Chicanos. That's right, Tigre. That's right, homie. And I don't hate my raza, dog. I don't, you know. They win, and you know I'm out there every other week. And do we adopt families? Yes, we do, dog. Yes, we do. Have in the heart of Mexico, dog. You know, pero still we don't boast about it. And we don't hate our gente, dog. You know, they don't like me. That's fine, dog. Nor here nor there. Ronnie E, what's up, homie? Hey, what's up? Hey, gracias for tuning in, homie. Is there tacos in your hand? Nah, your jefita's under there. I gotta sneak her in, homie. I got a wife here. Real crap, I don't watch soccer, but Mexicans are fighting. I show up to support. That's right. The whole this madre. Whole update. All right. No corridos, not even Chalino. No, dog. I don't, Jose. I'm from the streets, dog. I'm old school. I'm Chicano, dog. I don't. When he came out, dog, early 90s, everybody tripped out on his voice and nobody really bumped it, dog. You got to understand, Jose, that we're not, we're from Southeast, dog. We're from Norwalk, okay? We weren't like, the way we grew up was some rap, for sure, Third World, Still Pose, Bob Marley, oldies, Latin jazz,
Sanchez.
Poncho Sanchez, and Boogaloo. So, Fania Records and all that, that's what we grew up to, dog. Little Joey La Familia, some Tex-Mex from the old school. So that was our music coming up. There was really no corridos. There was really no Mexican music except for Vicente Fernandez, but nobody really listened to him, dog. Now, when that music came in the late 80s, uh, some people would bump it, but you'd be looked at different because remember, the city of Norwalk, this 3-4 generations in here, dog. When my familia got here in the 50s, my uncles were already, half of them were hippies and cholos, and the other half was like rockers. It was a mix already. We didn't grow up to listen to corridos. There was really no corridos, you know. Uh, we didn't listen to Vatos with the Charros or stuff like that. It was mostly like Los Freddys, Los Yonix, old school opsons, oldie style type, like, you know, and or cumbia, you know, and it kind of like going to Boogaloo and Fania Records. So we didn't listen to that, dog. We didn't listen to the corridos. We weren't hip to it, dog. We weren't, people after they did, and you know what I mean. And you know, as we were growing up, and you listen to it, we kind of like, oh, I guess so. Homie. I guess you're into that the cartel music, dog. I mean, that's the way we looked at it, you know. But when you were from the barrio, homie, and you lived that life, dog, it was just different, dog. We wouldn't bump the music. Now, somebody was in LA, like in Los, they were, who were they? Rancholos. They were like rancholos. They were like cholos mixed in with rancho style, and they listened to it. That's them, homie, you know. That's their prerogative. We didn't. We grew up in Newark, and it wasn't like that, dog. We didn't even know what Salvadoreños were, homie. There was no Salvadoreños out here in the 60s, 70s, and barely late 80s, dog, when we found out. I barely found out what a papusa was. What? Like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
We didn't know, dog.
I couldn't believe it.
We're from Norwalk, dog. It was
And
oil
none
money
of
here.
them did.
None of us
No,
did,
and
dog.
I'm like,
Everybody from Norwalk here, we didn't know what a pupusa, a quesadilla was. We didn't. We're Chicanos, dog. We're from Norwalk Records. So the music shop was right down the street, and that's all we did. Bump the 45s, bump the LPs, and that's what we were used to. Sugar Style, uh, Fatback, Fat Boys, Marvin Gaye, you know, and that's what we grew up at. Third World for sure, Peter Tosh, you know, and then your brothers that were rockers, they were freaking listening to Led Zeppelin, Kiss, you know, and you're like, damn, that's rockero music, you know. Then your cousins are growing up and they're listening to what was it, Suicidal Tendency, you know, all that old school metal music, and it's like, damn, but to hear the corridos, you wouldn't. Now you hear it all over the place, you know what I mean? That's fine, and that's their prerogative, you know, but we didn't. Jimi Hendrix, of course, homie, you know, all that old music, Canned Heat, uh, who did we go see? Rolling Stones, you know? And that's half of the familias that weren't cholos would listen to that, you know? They wouldn't be a brother in the middle listening to Vicente Fernandez. It wouldn't, dog. You wouldn't. I can't remember who would bump it. Nobody would bump it. Now, their parents or somebody, they would bump Jose Alfredo Jimenez, uh, what's El Payaso, what's his name? The one that on the airplane.
Oh,
Solis, Javier
Yeah, Javier Solis.
Solis, you know, Cornelio
Or
Reina,
Pedro
you would hear that
Infante,
in the background,
Infante.
like their uncles, you know, but it's old music. It wasn't like corridos like that, dog. No Vicente Fernandez, you wouldn't hear Vicente. This isn't the one ways, homie. This is barrio, dog. They were all Chicanos, dog. But that's the reason why we don't listen to it. Now, when I started growing up and all that, and now we hit the early 90s, I was running the guys. I still listen to my oldies, my funk. Then it came in, you know, and they start coming in with quebradita and their boots. And we looked at them funny, like, I guess, you know what I mean? You're going to wear a straw hat and botas and quebrarla, you know what I mean? I guess, homie, that's your stroke, homie, you know what I mean? Different strokes for different strokes. Norwalk's most wanted, you know? Yes, I listened to it. Of course I did, dog. Uh, I'm 25, probably different back in the days. Yes, Jose, it was different, dog. It was different. Our music was different, dog. Uh, what
DJ said,
this and cosplayers, I don't know. This is a lifestyle with history. Yes, it is, Jose. It is, dog. I mean, look, dog. All I do know, Jose, that that music led into a lot of this madre. From what I heard, from what we knew, the gente was getting cueteated, and it was caught up with the drogas and all that. And we weren't from the ranch, dog. We weren't. That's why when Lupio came out, we would like trip out because he looked like a homie, but he was all paised out, dog. You know, and you know, not that we hated it, but we questioned it, dog, because it's like ain't no raza, no Chicano supporting, like Homeboy said, oh, we don't support Mexico, this and that. But where's our music, dog? Where's our albums? I mean, where's our people to really come up? Can we come up with our own style? You know? When Homeboy came out with the pelona, he looked like a homeboy. He was raised in Long Beach. He was born in Long Beach. He's straight Chicano. But he sings by some music, you know? And it's like, damn, fool. You have the keys, but you went that way, which we don't hate you for it. But can you at least drop some lines for us? You know what I mean? Represent the city, represent us. You know what I mean? And no, he went that style, which is fine. You know what I mean? To each his own. I don't hate him for it, but it's like you have the key, homie. You know what I mean? Can you drive the Ranfla this way for a little bit? Show us the Chicano some love, homie. You know? But they don't. They go with the feria. They hooked up with Chalino and all that, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? But you could hear him speak. When he talks, he's a pocho. He doesn't speak perfect Spanish. You could tell he's a pocho. He has the English accent on his Spanish, you know? But he had the keys, and we just tripped out like, all right, we'll speak, man. We don't care. I mean, it's your prerogative. You listen to any music you want. To me, I'll listen to War, Billy Stewart, the old school, you know? Maze, Frankie Beverly and Maze, and uh, Malo and Suavecito and all them, you know what I mean? Uh, the Lonely Boys, yeah, They're Tejanos, you know what I mean? They made it happen. That's a feedback. And their music was different, you know? But of course, we always get bashed and get put set back, you know what I mean? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy that. And I'll see you vatos, I think, on Friday or Saturday, homie. You know? The Midnighters, yes. With Little Willie G, homie. I seen him at Walmart. I told him, hey, Holmes, they don't want cholos on this line. He goes, good, because I'm not a cholo. And he kept on going forward. What's up, my brother? He gave me a big hug, you know? Do I know him? Yes, I know him. Jimmy says, that's right. That's the truth. That's the way we listen to the music, homie. That's the way we were. Homie. But you're more than welcome to listen to all that corrido. Ding, 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 ding. That's all you, homie. I don't. Because music is one thing, homie. And when you lived it for what they're playing, dog, no, dog. Go live it, dog. You know what I mean? Let's see if you really about that life. No, we did. You know what I mean? That's why I want to listen to that gangster rap and all that, dog. All right, Lisa. Much love and respects. I'll see you vatos. What does it say? Look at the document. Oh, one more thing. Some would argue the same cosplays have the last time hit, so the difference, free will is a choice. Why do the shirts cost so much? Because they're woven here in United States and sent to Mexico to get done. So they're not fully 100% American. Look at the documentary of Mexican Americans prior to the 60s and 70s. They don't talk the same at all. They don't. It's different. All right, pues. Canton Old School, West Side Longos. What's up, homitos? Hey, much love to everybody from down south, up north, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. Hey, stay down, brown, and I'll see you vatos a rato, homie. I los wash 'em.